Wait, what? Thank you. Thank you. All systems are go. Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director and Head Containment Specialist here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for 7.5 months and counting, the daily streak remains strong. I am here to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning queries about this mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest who really are not happy about this whole containing thing, but tough for them, and of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 1 hour to 90 minutes. We will find out. It's a very busy day. I've got calls coming in from all angles. We're talking to different facets of the SCP community. I guess year end is when all of the live action short films or animated series want to talk. And so I'm doing my best to serve you, the Site 42 community, especially those of you as members of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When I get wind of an SCP project, I want to make sure you guys have the intel so you can help me to promote it, to get more eyes on it, to get more donations to it, so we get better SCP content in the world. Whether that is SCP authors making SCP stories, maybe writing books, maybe that's SCP artists making commissions, making cool art for the wiki proper. Maybe it's animators making SCP animated shows, or game devs making SCP games, or filmmakers making SCP series, or short films, or feature films. And of course, sometimes it's SCP merch makers, people who are making product for we SCP enjoyers to, well, enjoy. You see, Hot Topic has yet to get on the SCP train. We're not seeing these at your local box lunch, which means we need to work with the indie creators out there to get some stuff done. But before I get into the main subject of the stream, let me start with a little housekeeping. First and foremost, Haunted Researcher. 50 gifted memberships to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. chat. We thank you for your extreme generosity, boosting the ranks of the green names, so that one day we may finally win the battle against the white names. If you got a membership from Haunted Researcher right now, make sure to thank them for their generosity, building our strength, building our green name ranks. And you know what? Everyone, just give a shout out to Haunted Researcher for such generosity. Good work, Haunted Researcher. Meanwhile, Foxtrot, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Swiss roll on your way past the commissary. Why are we opening the Keter box? You will soon find out. And Haunted Researcher, thank you for donating as well as gifting all those memberships, as well as being a member yourself. Grab yourself some cucumber sandwiches on the commissary. And What is the Keter box? You will soon find out. But first, I will finish my housekeeping. First of all, wow, I need to go all the way to the top now. Those memberships are distracting me here. Eggs Benedict, congratulations on continuing your streak of being the most punctual member of the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Congratulations on being first chatter of the day. Furthermore, oh dear God, we just had 50 memberships given out. I'm going to be saying a lot of names right now. Let's go. Amber, Dr. Frogman, Nikki Knackle, Haku Martina, Haunted Researcher, Chester Factory, Silent Follower, Fallen Libra, Carlton McCullough, Alki. Where's it going to start? Here we go. Rustan Nicholas, ALE, Sensory Code, Mind Chaplain, Minecraft Boy. Dacha is now a member of the channel. Eddie West Duckling, Kinizu Zero Guy, Chell Weird the Unknown, Daddy Pudding, Omega, Sands, Wandering Blacksmith, Cappy, Casual J, Hippie the Dude, Matthew, Lilo Kitten, Thud, Alessa G, Hyrule Crypt, James Bruno, Pieter Plays, Soggy Raccoon, Comet Dragon, Fedes, Archimedes, Alex Kruger, Muslim San, Thatchy Marker, okay, Rose Gray, Game One, Mad Dane, White Wolf, Morris, Nikki, Titus, Jan, Robot Panda, Hellhound, Viperous, Ghost, Megalodon. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being punctual to today's stream. Thank you for being members, or congratulations on being gifted a membership to today's stream. We appreciate your membership and your service in the ranks of the green names of Foundation staff, helping us to win the battle against the white names. Welcome. So, before I get back to the donos and the general Q&A of today, let me talk about our stream subject. Today, we are opening the Keter box. What is the Keter box? We have a Keter box. Why are we opening it? Well, let me tell you why. This, today, is a sponsored stream by friends of the channel, VIPCC. The VIPCC are makers of fine SCP Foundation playing cards. The Keter box is their newest big ol' specialty box, and mine just arrived in the mail, so we're unboxing it. Now, if at any point you want to say, oh, I want to get this box, let me tell you the deal we got. In our support link, thebeacons.ai/site42, as well as in the description of this stream, you will find a link to the VIPCC website. There is currently a special only for fans of Site 42. Right now, they are trying to get rid of the last of their supply. They've only got a limited supply left from the main sale, and they want to get rid of it fast. So they are giving us a 15% off blanket discount on your whole order if you use the code Site42 at checkout. And they have 50 metal pins and stickers that they will be adding into the orders for free, first come, first serve. So if you want your SCP playing cards at a cheaper discount and you want to get them, this came pretty fast. I don't know if they'll come before Christmas or not, but they might. But there you go. In the links in our description, as well as our support link, use code Site42 to get your discount. Here is the Keter box that I have in hand. And we open the bubble wrap. Bubble wrap used to be way more satisfying to pop, I must admit. This is, oh, there we go. Little pops, good enough. So, once we get the bubble wrap free. So here is our Keter class containment unit. Keter class containment unit. This is the top of the box. It's pretty slick looking. I can turn it around. You can see SCP, I can't read backwards, SCP playing cards, Keter containment unit. That is set on both sides of the box. You cannot eat the box. Well, I mean, actually, Hazard, it is possible, but I wouldn't recommend it. So now we take off the exterior plastic coating to this box. Boom. Now, our buddy at VIPC made a very big deal about the mechanics of this opening. And so if you pop both sides open, the box self-levitates the cards. So, that's pretty entertaining in and of itself. Pick a card, any card. So, I'm not going to open all 3 decks, but I will pick the one that you want. Do you want deck number 1? Do you want the silver deck? Do you want deck number 2, the also kind of silver deck? Or do you want the red deck? 1, 2, 3, silver, silver, red. Where do we go? I thought the red one would make people entertained. I figured it would be the one that stands out a little bit. All right, let's close this again. Put down the Keter box for just a moment. And let's pop some cards. So this is, that says SCP Omega deck. Yes, you are all right. This is the Omega deck. And so, let me find the little strand here that will allow me to open it. There we go. All according to plan. Lose the plastic wrapping. No, not literally lose it. Come back, plastic wrapping. You've got to go in the garbage. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm finding some remnants of lost Bible pages down there. I guess it's flexible on how much of the Bible you eat. Maybe if it's like 99%. I just noticed the noise-canceling spikes on the walls. Yes, we're in the audiophonics lab. So that's where you're going to notice that kind of technology. Also, I clipped Pennywise. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. All right, we are peeling the sticker for the Omega box. Now we will pop the cards open. Oh, sticker. You are free. You are no longer stick. And now, the moment we've been waiting for. This is the Omega box's shiny, shiny finish. So that's a Joker. The Jokers are there. Now we have, oh, is that Pietro Wilson? Is that SCP-5000 as a Joker? I have no idea who that is. That one I do not recognize. I feel bad for them being mechanized, though. The Omega deck, black version. Ace of Spades. We go into the cards, so these are your spade cards designs. Obviously, we still got the iridescent shiny running all the way through the numerical cards up to, let's call it, here, 8 looks good for having all of the different digits on there. Dr. Frogman, you're right, that could be Robert Bumaro. That would be an appropriate look for that. Now here we go. The Jack is Mobile Task Force Deep Feeders, Gamma 6. The Queen of the Spades is Iris Thompson. That is a great design. The King of Spades, motherfucker. That's right. Dr. Theron Sherman has been turned into a marketable playing card. Yeah! That is sick. I have been waiting for this for months. Yes! It's in my hand. It's here. It looks so shiny. It's so good. And then we have, I don't like the Ace of Spades. I never like head crabs. I think they're horrifying. Every time. No, say no to head crabs. I'm sure that's like the bovine heart or something. So now we're going into the hearts. Let me get a more digits on that card. Go up to the 10 of hearts. Here is our 10 of hearts. It is looking nice and shiny as expected. Now, Dr. Kane Pathos Crow. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Mobile Task Force Epsilon 9, codename the Fire Eaters. The King of Hearts, Dr. Alto Clef, the God Killer. Yeah, that's pretty slick, Clef. Cigar and shotgun in hand. Now we move on to the Ace of Clubs. Printed on VIPC Velvet Lux stock is what they say. And these are some very smooth cards. These are very nice and smooth to the touch as we run through the clubs. As we run through the clubs. As we run through the clubs too. Sergeant Belitarov, SCP-2273. The Bug Supersuit Soldier. The Queen. Mobile Task Force Beta 7, codename Maz Hatter. And that is a great design for Maz Hatter. I like that hazmat suit. That looks sufficiently future techy. And then Mike from the Mr. Illustrated channel. And Mike has seemingly gone through a lot, it seems. Yikes, Mike. Here is our Ace of Diamonds. Moving into the diamonds with the high digits so we can see all of the pretty here. Here's the 8 of diamonds. Very shiny. Good diamonds, very futuristic design there. And now moving into our last face cards. 051, known as Aaron Siegel. 053, otherwise known as the Director of the Anti-Memetics Department. Marion Wheeler, baby! Marion! And our last face card, SCP-7700, otherwise known as Dr. Sumerian. Hell yeah! These are the back of the cards. As you can see, the shine. You give them a little, look at that nice glossy slide. Very smooth. You can see on the side here, it's got some holographic edges as well. So it doesn't just stop on the deck. Everything here is kitted out properly. Hakum Matina, you're saying shuffle them, and while I do want to do that because that's what you do with cards, I'm so picky. And because they're cards that are designed, I want to keep them in the right order. But you know what? Just for you, I'm going to go outside my comfort zone here. So, here's our, there's our flick. I don't even know the terms, man. But can I do this in the air? I need like a knee. Take a knee. I can do better than that. I promise I can do better than that. There we go. Bracket those in. Neat and tidy. Riff. That's called riffing. Yes. No, just keep the Sherman card. Oh, trust me. I am going to go back into this and completely reorganize it after stream. Believe you me, they're not staying like this. But right now, we are ending this sponsored segment with a call to action, which is simply the Omega deck of the SCP 3rd edition playing cards as part of the Keter box, which one more time, let's have fun with the elevate, elevate, descend. Return this to its home and descend. Oh, both at once. Boom. The Keter box is in short supply. There is a limited amount left, and Site 42 fans are getting first dibs. And so, you guys can go to the link in our description or the link in our support link, which is pinned in the chat. Make sure to leave your Site 42 code to get 15% off your whole order. If you buy a bunch, that's a bigger discount. So use that Site 42 code, no dash, no underscore in the middle, all caps, just SITE42. 15% off and a free pin or sticker based on limitability. First 50 to 100 people who order will get those, and then they are clearing out the ideas, so get them fast. Thank you to VIPC for A, sponsoring the channel, and B, damn, that is a fine set of cards. And as I tell you guys, we are not often to get very good SCP merch because, you know, Creative Commons, no one wants to mess around. Anybody could take those designs and reuse them and resell them as long as they credit the original creator. And so a lot of people are scared to even dive into that. It's also why it's very important for us as a community to support the original creators when we can, because we don't want to make sure, we don't want to support people who are straight up copying and stealing designs. Yes, it's Creative Commons, but if you're gonna use it, you better remix it. You better make something cool out of it. We can't just have you doing the same thing and then calling it yours. You know what I mean? There's the good part of Creative Commons and there's the bad part of Creative Commons. We gotta make sure we support creators here, like our buddies at VIPC. Do they ship only in the West? I believe they are worldwide. And so I think you can get international, although if you're in America right now, the tariff situation might be annoying. Other than that, here we are. Whew! All right, so that is our sponsored section. I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the unboxing. Now let me catch up on the donos, and we'll get to the standard Q&A. Base, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cherry pie on your way past the commissary. Tested 3922 with 5 Paw Patrol episodes. Nothing changed except for 3922-1 instances, putting on an award ceremony at the end of each episode to congratulate the pups for years of service and bravery. Well, I think that is quite nice. Way better than other anomalies that interact with that show, I tell you what. Haku Martina, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a piece of baklava on your way past the commissary. Zeklina from yesterday is stalking me. Signed, Agent Pete H. Well, submit a report to HR, and we will monitor the situation. Foxtrot, thank you for dancing. Foxtrot is the name of a dance, which is why I just said that. Oof. Thank you for donating again. Hey, boss, question. If we were to contain Huntrix, how would we do so or negotiate their containment? Because due to their responsibilities, I doubt they'll come easily without good reason. So, the idea here, and I'm still working on a Huntrix as not an SCP, but if it were a video. But They may be Archon class anomalies, meaning we have to let them go due to their responsibilities to the Han Moon, which is also in the spirit of containment. So we might actually just be in the background taking out other K-pop groups and making sure that Huntrix stays on top, suppressing media that would make their fans disinterested, so to speak. That could be one containment scenario, is aiding them in their work. They are containing fricking demons after all. But if we did have to contain them, that means we would have to handle the Han Moon situation as well, so it would be a balance. Desk, you made it. You're done polishing your frickin' award. And now you're here. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a latte on your way past the commissary. King Pen Twirlers with that cards, and the cards are with him. Hell yeah, the Dr. Sherman card with that sick pen twirling. In fact, you know what? I kind of miss it. I want the Dr. Sherman card around. I'm going to find it real quick. I think it needs to stay by my side today for safekeeping. And not because it's super cool. Oh, and since Desk is here, I can show him the Clef card. All right, now that I shuffled it, I need to go through the effort to find the cards. Thanks, guys. I hope you're really happy with my work here today. I hope you appreciate it. Here is the Dr. Clef card. Dr. Alto Clef, the God Killer. Very shiny, very cigar and shotgun pilled. Continuing the search. There you are, me. One more time. Dr. Theron Sherman, pen spinning away. Handling business. Even got the colored hair in. And it's shiny, so it's whatever color it is that day. Bam. Love that. Dr. Clef and Dr. Sherman handling the Foundation's business. Cool. And put the rest on the bottom. There we go. Those cards are almost shiny as my award. You shut the hell up, Desk. Wait, you're canon? Intern Bell the Nine-Tailed Fox, or no, Bell the Nine-Tailed Fox. Yes, Dr. Sherman is canon in multiple SCP articles on the database. And a reminder, we are sponsored by VIPC today. You can get your deck or the whole Keter box at the link in our description and in our support link. Use code SITE42 to get your 15% off. Cafe Liquor Streams, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a tortilla, grab yourself a quesadilla on your way past the commissary. The other Joker might have been Dr. Gears. Wholly possible that was a Gears reference. I mean, Gears way down in a very deteriorated situation, to be sure. Looks pretty like Dr. Gears has had some rough times. But it does have the arrow there of a Foundation jacket, so maybe this is in fact a later Dr. Gears. Could still be Bumaro, could be a lot of things. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again. No, they totally should have had the Scarlet King. I think they've done the Scarlet King in a previous deck. So I think they were doing a little not repetition. Haunted Researcher, thank you for donating again to 50 gifted subs, and all I get from the commissary is cucumber sandwiches. listen, okay? You haven't had Mabel's cucumber sandwiches, okay? Mabel's cucumber sandwiches are a delight the way you have never seen. Yes, you don't underestimate Mabel's cucumber sandwiches now. Leuna, thank you for your 4-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. How would you categorize the Han Moon? It is a thaumial anomaly, obviously. It's an anomaly that contains other anomalies. It is thaumial class. And since Desk missed it, okay, wait a minute, I'll go hunting again. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we have Iris as the queen. We have SCP-5000 as one of the Jokers. We have Dr. Kane Pathos Crow. And we have Dr. Sumerian, who's looking very Two-Face, being honest. All right. Donos are caught up on. Oh, Ko-Fi notification. Let me get that so I don't forget. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, where there are less fees, so we appreciate it. Make sure to grab yourself a saltwater taffy on your way past the commissary. Someone said Dr. Gears, more Gears merch, dem ankles. Well, if that was Dr. Gears on that Joker, then the answer is yes, but I am not exactly sure it is. I wonder if their website just simply has the answer for me here. If I go to the website, does it tell me who the card is? 3rd edition SCP playing cards, Omega deck. Here we go. Deck entities. No, this is the 3rd edition. This is, oh, okay. The archive deck has a whole different set of characters. Oh, okay. Number 1, you were correct. The Dr. Gears was the Joker. The Joker was Dr. Gears. We are confirmed. As well as SCP-5000. I was right about that. Then we have all of the characters we already saw. But one of the other decks has a completely different set of characters. So, I guess I have to open the other deck, don't I? Well, guys, the sponsored section continues. Because there's an entire other... Alright, so is this an archive deck? Archive deck. This is one archive deck, and this is... Terminus, a Terminus deck. The Terminus deck features the same characters as the Omega deck, but in a 2-way mirrored arrangement. I see. So, it is the same characters as the Omega deck. So, we'll go into the Termina deck. Let me find the little tab here. It's supposed to be on the side. There we go. That's got to be it. Open, says me. I mean, look at the bright side. At least if it's going to be sponsored content, it's going to be freaking cool sponsored content. We could have a lame sponsor like frickin', I don't know, Raid Shadow Legends or something. So, going into the archive deck with the secondary characters. While I do this, Lion7, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. So, here is the back of our deck. Very shiny. Our side deck here has a different texture. A sheen holograph. rather than the textured holograph of the other one. And now we have our Joker. 2 Jokers with the sword. The next Joker in the archive deck is the Hanged King. The Hanged King is here. Following that, we have Burning Man, which I believe is SCP-457, but this might be another Burning Man. Either way, that man is a burning. All right, now we're going into the spades. The spade design is very similar to the Omega deck. Whoop, I'm already getting them out of order. I can't have that. It will bother me until the day I die. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's the 8, so we can see the shiny and the black on black. Next up is a card that makes me very angry. SCP-343 is not God, and I will be taking it up with the card maker on making such an error. A reality bender with delusions of grandeur. Not God. Next up is SCP-169, the Leviathan. The Leviathan is the Queen of Spades. And then we have the Grand Karcist Ion as the King of Spades. That's crazy. That is a sharp design. As in, it will stab you. It is sharp. Next, we're moving into the hearts. Going into the heart of the cards. Here's our shiny heart design. And then we pop down to SCP-3999, the center of everything. Researcher James Talleyrand and the entity that withholds him from our reality. Withholds them from our reality. Talleyrand is in. Dr. Frogman, you say Talleyrand my goat? I want you to know, that was me. I recommended Talleyrand for this deck. At least I'm 90% sure I did. And so, yes, this is why we get paid the mediocre bucks. SCP-2316, Field Trip, otherwise known as the Bodies in the Water. Very creepadelic. And then SCP-000 or SCP-3930, the Pattern Screamer. Moving in to the clubs. In the club, we all fam. And now, SCP-5031, yet another murder monster. You know, I really don't like calling it Yam. I don't know about calling it Yam. But this is a great SCP-5031, another one of my favorite SCPs in the deck. Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't get Talleyrand in the deck. You guys got Talleyrand in the deck when it was suggested in the community post. So if you voted for Talleyrand, that was you guys. So thank you guys for getting that card in there. The Gate Guardian design is freaking crazy. SCP-001, Clef's Proposal, the frickin', oh my gosh, Gate Guardian. And who was asking for it? The Scarlet King is here. The Scarlet King is present. Again, another fire design. Oh boy. Now we're moving into the diamonds. Shine bright like a diamond. Here is our 10 of diamonds to show off the design and its hologram. Here we go. SCP-049, the Plague Doctor, is the Jack of Diamonds. SCP-3125, the escapee, is the Queen of Diamonds. And the final face card in this set this is a mistype of some sort. This says SCP-5031, yet another murder monster at the top, or at the bottom, but it also says the singer. That's not correct. We have, my friends, a typo. Oh me, oh my. Sacre Blue, get them while they are still mistaken. That way when they are sold down the road, you have the misprints. We got a misprint, baby! This is apparently supposed to be SCP-3004. I think this says. Let me double check the database. 3000. Whoop. As I was saying, 1004. Imago. I don't know what that is. I have not read SCP-3004. But it does have a cicada. And so this, being a cicada, the singer, I believe this is SCP-3004. Codename Imago. And so we'll have to let VIPC know that there's a little bit of a misprint. Get your misprint card. That way you can sell it on the market way down the line. But there is the archive deck of the 3rd edition SCP playing cards. I did not expect a second sponsored segment, but I also didn't expect multiple character sets in the decks. So very cool. Oh, come back to me. Come back to me, Keter Box. Elevate. And now return the archive deck. And now we'll keep the Omega deck because I still want the Dr. Sherman card visible because it's so cool. Witness me! Witness me! All right. I swear, that is the end of the sponsored segment. Get your cards on the website that is linked in the description / the pinned chat. Code SITE42 for 15% off your full order. Thank you, VIPC, for sponsoring the stream. Those are some sick cards, I agree. All right, let me catch up on the donos I missed. Leuna, thank you for donating for the first time and donating twice during that. Make sure to grab yourself a biscotti on your way past the commissary. How you contain Vox from Has-Been Hotel. I almost forgot to let her out today. It was close. Oh, yeah, can't do that. We need the ritual. Don't do that. And what is a Vox? I have not seen Has-Been. I mean, I'm assuming it's a frickin' demon. It is a series that takes place in hell. Bigger antagonist in Has-Been Hotel, major antagonist in Season 1, and main antagonist in Season 2. Sinner demon, powerful overlord of hell. I mean, first of all, because these things are in hell, the first thing of our move is to keep them locked in hell. If we don't let them out, we don't have to worry about them. So, keeping them in hell is a great containment strategy. Held the radio demon captive. Nicknames, date of death, cause of death, dislikes and likes. What are the powers and abilities? Technopathy. Okay, so takes control of technology. Electrokinesis. Electroportation. Electrophysiology. Hypnosis, self-replication, pyrokinesis. Damn it. I was going to put the entity in a wooden containment chamber because the electricity would not transit, but it can also set fires. That is not helpful. Acoustokinesis, I don't even know what that means. Voice mimicry. Personality, abilities. Electrokinesis, electrokinetic transformation, self-duplication. All right, well, with these villains, there's always a way they were defeated. And so how was it defeated? That could help us to know what canonically would hold him in. It looks like the entity is very concerned about its, quote, approval rating. So we would need to set up a repeating show, sort of a ritual, that was performed to feign that this deity, entity, demon thing is getting the attention it so craves, so that it didn't feel like doing anything worse and or breaching containment. We would have to put it on a television show. Desk simply suggests a stone underground cell with no technology nearby, which could also work, depending on the abilities of its demon upgrade. Cafe Liquor Streams, thank you for donating again. Thoughts on Huntrix being Heimel, like SCP-6623-2? I'm not familiar with Heimel class. SCP... You said it was 6623-2, so 6623. Codename, The Wandering City. And what is the -2 here? Mythology and folkloristics. Containment class Heimel. Appears to be a Type 2 pattern screamer associated with the concept of knowledge. Currently contained by collective consciousness in aliens' former occupants, designated the 2B. It is believed that the phenomena that caused 6623-2A to manifest also result in the formation of the 2Bs, though how exactly is currently unknown. 2A is currently believed not to be sapient, however further tests cannot be performed without the removal of 6623-2B. Decommission of 2B is not being considered due to the potential risk and disruption level of 2A. Okay. So, they are, in essence, self-containing. Let me double check what Heimel means on the ACS database, just to be sure of our scenario here. SCP Heimel. An SCP that contains something, but if the Heimel SCP is put in containment, it will let whatever it holds out. So if you don't put something bad, that holds something worse in containment. Okay, so that is why I was considering Huntrix to be Archon. I didn't know we had a specific categorization for anomalies that contain other anomalies, like in this manner. So it's not Thaumiel, it's Heimel in this case. Interesting. I'll have to double confirm that with the ACS, but it seems like a useful categorization. Low Key, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a turducken on your way past the commissary. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Site 42 party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every mobile task force tries to stop. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices in the hall singing, "Let's be jolly," yeah. Okay, I guess I need to put on more Christmas apparent attire in future streams. Researcher Last, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a tuna tartare on your way past the commissary. Do you want some chicken nuggets I brought? No, I'm currently full, but thank you. Foxtrot, thank you for donating again. Boss, what do we put the tree in the event horizon of a portable singularity, i.e. small black hole? You know, I just don't want to risk the tree becoming destroyed and or lost. That seems like a pretty risky protocol. But maybe the fear of being enveloped in deep gravitational blackness would do the job. I'll start looking into the Foundation space program protocols for payload, and we'll see what we can do. Affleck, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some ceviche on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, how will you contain Artorius the Abyss Walker? Artorius the Abyss Walker. I don't know what that is. A Dark Souls boss. Knight Artorius, the Abyss Walker. Alright, so what does it do? It has attacks, but Dark Souls bosses are not normally that crazy to fight for a single chosen undead. I mean, doesn't it basically stay contained where it is? It just stays where it is and waits for some guy to go fight it. So, nah, son, that's real easy. It stays put. We just wouldn't let people over there. Just stay away from there. There was a radioactive leak. Just don't go over there. You're fine. Just don't go. Easy. Easy. Pig Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some bacon on your way past the commissary. Unless that's cannibalism. Then you can grab yourself some turkey bacon. Hey, Doc. Found a photo of some cool green skeleton statue. Might share it online to show it off. I have a bad feeling that green skeleton statue is something you shouldn't be showing off online. SCP... green skeleton. Small green. Haunter in the dark. Are you speaking of SCP-689? Yes, you're talking about SCP-689. Inert as long as it's being watched. Okay, so this is, I didn't know that was green. At least when I saw it in the Keter Labs SCP Containment Breach short film, now on YouTube, go watch it. Live action SCP short film, yes please. There it looked blacker, but either way. No, do not put it online. That would be bad. I will demote you to D class. Kryptonite Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a hot link with all the fixins on your way past the commissary. 999 breached containment and is apparently going out to cure depression. I don't know how the mobile task force knew it wanted to do that, but all I know it was the last seen entering the vents and we can't find it. Well, it is a couch-sized slime. So once it comes out of the vents and regains its size, security cameras will be sure to find it. Just keep an eye on the vents. I'm arguing with an alternate version of you that works for the UI useless. Wow. Dr. Sherman working for the FBI has got to be so tired. That place is so poorly funded. I do not relish that Dr. Sherman situation. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. This guy knows this guy. That's a real guy knower. This guy knowing that guy. For sure, intern Corbo. Affleck, thank you for donating again. Anyways, I pray equally to all 6 G's. Wait, you only have 5. Ours has 7, but the 7 one should not be acknowledged. Takes minor amnestics. That's horrifying. Ooh! Could your 7th GZI you don't acknowledge be the anomaly that we consider to be codename Irredeemable? SCP-2165, codename Irredeemable. Item, object class, none. Special containment procedures. SCP-2165 is to be left to its own devices. It is not to be acknowledged in any way outside of this reference. This reference is to be kept in an extratemporal, extraspatial location. All is as it has been. All is as it always was. Description. SCP-2165 is irredeemable. It is unknown if SCP-2165 is a sapient entity, a non-sapient creature, an inanimate object, or a metaphysical concept. This has been deemed irrelevant by containment personnel. SCP-2165 has performed an action or a series of actions that caused it to be considered beyond absolution by universal consensus. The exact nature of this action or actions has since been erased from causality by universal consensus. As such, neither SCP-2165 nor any information about it are ever acknowledged by any other being, object, force, or concept. Addendum. There will be no forgiveness. Could that be your 7th GZI? I'm seeing a crossover here. Kryptonite Gamer, thank you for donating again. Would Abel be happy in Dark Souls? Oh, happy as a clam. Are you kidding? And all the glorious combat it could ask for, it already respawns, so it doesn't even have to worry about the campfires and all that. So yeah, Abel would have a blast in a Dark Souls universe, I'm sure. Hey, Dr. Sherman, if you have ever heard of or played Deltarune, then you will know of Dark Fountains and Darkeners. If they were SCPs, how would the Foundation contain them? Intern Sawyer, while I have not played it, I am quite familiar with it from Let's Plays on this YouTube platform. And what I would say is that the creation of a dark world is something that if we were able to hide the knowledge of, then it wouldn't be a problem at all. And so the big deal is to make sure no one figures out how to open dark worlds, because otherwise they could do it pretty much anywhere. They have a frickin' sharp object and determination. That makes things very complicated to contain unless we can restrict the knowledge. Likes are higher than viewers. Also, Dr. Sherman SC Peeps made another animated video. Dr. Dark, I think, meets an intern. You've got to be kidding me. On number 1, first of all, you are correct. The likes are higher than the viewers. Congratulations, Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. Because of your epic like button hitting, the YouTube algorithm is going to bring us more and more people who we can transmute into SCP fans to help us to support the SCP Wiki and its authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc., etc. If we want more SCP stuff in the world, we have to do it, and so I thank you for your service. Now, as for the SC Peeps, well, I have not heard from them in a long time, and you've certainly got me interested. Let's have a quick peek at their YouTube channel and see what we can see. Popping over to the channel. Shorts, maybe? That's only got 19K views. Is that new? That's posted 2 years ago. That is definitely not new. That's not new. Intern America, what are you talking about? I do not see any new video there. You said yes, it's in shorts, but they only have 3 shorts.
I cannot.
All of which are from more than 2 years ago. It's with them in an elevator. America, that is from 2 years ago. That's not new. What are you talking about? That's right, you did get a promotion, although I'm still very confused by what you're talking about. This is a 2-year-old short, the one in the elevator. Please don't get my hopes up unnecessarily. I would love for the SC peeps to come back. While America investigates there. Tyler Goodwayne, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a filet sole on your way past the commissary. Hello, Doctor. I hope the bonbons haven't run out in the commissary. Oh, no. We've got it stocked up for the holidays, so you're good to go. Grab some with your filet sole. Zipachikwai and Hash Brown, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, Dr. Sherman, is Dr. Blue still around? Intern Jelly T. Dr. Blue is currently, I think he just got married recently. But looking at Starboy Blue on YouTube, not a lot going on YouTube, I see. Last upload was 2 years ago. But I know they've been streaming elsewhere and doing a lot with their dinosaur OC. So I believe they do some Dr. Blue stuff now and again on TikTok. They're not gone, but they are busy and doing other things besides just SCP. On the SCP that you can get a cup of anything, can you get a cup of keycard? Well, keycards aren't a liquid. And if you get a liquefied keycard, it is not going to successfully activate the keycard readers because there's no, all of the bits and bobs of the keycard that make it active have been, well, liquefied. So no. I mean, you might be able to get keycard fluid, but it would not be useful. Hazard is letting me know that Dr. Blue / Starboy Blue is streaming on Twitch, for those who are looking in. By the way, Site 42 staff, we are currently at the hour mark of stream, and that means I am feeling up to doing 30 more minutes. So we have 30 more minutes of stream to get your questions in. America, yes, confirming that, yes, it is an older video. I'm glad you saw it. The SCP made some good stuff. I hope they come back to animating. I'd love to see it. I did some research on the Erlking, the Elf King. I know that as Earl King is the way I've heard it pronounced, but I don't know how to pronounce your exact version. It turns out it caused 2,000 people to disappear. Is that enough reason to contain it? Well, Plague Doctor, yes. while obviously we would want to contain something like that, the question is, can we? It is the Carol King is the king of elves, so to speak. It is the king of a faction of the folk that live in the forest without names. And that means we probably can't contain it. Probably some diplomatic reasons. Probably some sort of scenario we just have to make sure no one falls into its lair or something like that. I mean, it disappearing people does not mean we automatically try and contain it or automatically can contain it. Hell, the Yule Man disappears people every Christmas, and we're just like, what do we do about that? I don't know, man. Frickin' teleporters. See you later, Junior Researcher Sally. Hey, Dr. Sherman, how's your leg doing? Also, do you know the Twilight Zone, a series from the 90s? My father wants to know if you know. Lol, he's a funny little fella. I managed to get him into SCP. Oh, passing the horror content around, keeping it in the family. Good work. Spreading the word. I am familiar with the Twilight show series, the original series. And then I am familiar with Jordan Peele's series, which was much more recent than the 90s. I didn't even know there was a 90s edition, so that is outside of my purview. Meanwhile, the leg is having a bit of a rough week, but, you know, ups and downs, keep doing the rehab, do what we can. Just to be sure, we can't do what Hercules did to the Hydra, but on 682, right? Intern Grady, I don't believe so. To get specific to Hercules and the Hydra, so using fire to cauterize the neck stumps of the severed heads so they would not regrow would not work on SCP-682 because it doesn't have defined places where it regenerates. It just regenerates. And so, yeah, you can burn a section, but then it's going to grow stuff out the other side. You can burn the exterior entirely, but it's going to regrow within the casing and expand and break out. So no, that's not a successful strategy for SCP-682. What if you dispense a liquid to make the tree scream? It can harm SCP-682, so why not make a tree scream? Well, to be honest, I don't think anyone's thought of that. I'm certainly willing to put it on the list, though. Maybe we'll win. Or perhaps it will be a jerk to us and it will spawn liquid that can make any tree scream, which is, you know, all trees scream, we know that. But tree screaming liquid might not work on this tree since this tree isn't screaming. It can already resist screaming from things that make normal trees scream. So if it's just normal tree screaming fluid, that won't help. Worth a shot. Can't remember, but has anyone tried getting SCP-682 a companion, like those goats for angry horses? 682 has been friendly with entities in the past, but it has not stopped it from doing a hecking murder at first opportunity. Can we just launch 682 into space? The hell is it going to do? Intern Gabriel. The last time we tried that, it grew solar sails and flied back to us. So, we've already done that. It didn't work. Hey Doc, I was thinking about getting into writing. Do you think SCP is a good place to start? Well, intern Dom, that depends on your current skill level. You see, the way I liken it, if you are a singer and you want to become a pop singer, you want to become a performing artist, then you're going to have to start by taking classes for singing and probably other skills that will help you in performance, dance classes, things like that. You're going to move up to performing at local clubs, small clubs, performances in school, in college. And as you continue to improve your craft, you'll start to get noticed for record deals. You'll start to play better and better shows until you are in the stratosphere. Now, when you look at writing, that progression is not as clear. You've got people who write for fun, they write fiction, and you've got fan fiction authors who do it for the love of the game. Then you've got people who channel their writing into jobs like journalism or copywriting, for instance. And so people need magazine articles written, and that's where writers go if they can hone their writing to write for something professionally. And then you move up to like higher and higher tiers of those situations, writing plays for Broadway, writing screenplays, writing your own novel and getting it published. These are like the top tiers of the writing skill set. The SCP community is kind of what I would call the community theater of writing, and that it's got a little prestige to it, but not that much. And so getting into SCP, once you have the fan fiction writing, the style guide down, it's not that hard to get an SCP written. Some people have over 200 SCPs written to their name. But the key is to work on your skills to get to that community theater level tier, and then you can hang out there, have a good time, and move beyond that when you're ready. I don't know your skill level, so I don't know if you're starting at beginner, or if you're starting at ready for community theater. That's up to you. There is quite a bit of chaos in today's chat. Yeesh, what a disorganized containment hazard assessment team. Is SCP-610 the flesh that hates edible if cooked high enough? Well, I don't know if it matters how much SCP-420-J you take. It's still going to make you pretty sick when you try to ingest it. I mean, the texture is just terrible. I am sure there's some biological agents in there that would cause you immense pain, illness, or death upon eating it. What is your favorite Mobile Task Force team? Well, obviously Intern Galactic. That would be Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, who help me to signal boost the SCP community's authors, artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. We get more and more SCP projects because of the Signal Boosters, so their service is the most important of all. Would a negative picture of 096 trigger Intern Human? It is a it, not a him. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Anomalies are objects, not people. They are its, first of all. Second of all, yes, if it is a photo, the negative will still get you. I see some Ko-Fis have come in. Let me get those real quick so I don't forget. Intern Kaiba, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a rice ball on your way past the commissary. I wanted to first inform you the article with our interview will be out soon enough. Second, Lyris card when? The people me alone crave it. So we could talk to them about doing Lear and Lord in a future card. They would probably do both as one design. Although I don't think they're doing another set of SCP playing cards. I think they're moving on to other merch in the future. So kind of a last-ditch effort to get these, I might say. And what do you mean the article with our interview will come? Oh, yes, I see. Yes, that email. Yes, okay. Good to know. Keep me posted on when it arrives. And Rose Lady, thank you for donating again through the Ko-Fi. What non-binary options does the Foundation offer? According to the Global Occult Coalition, non-dairy creamer is anomalous, and they're ignoring my suggestion box suggestions. They're saying non-dairy creamer is anomalous. I think you're getting pranked, bro. That is strange, but we have almond milk and oat milk and all sorts of milk. We just have too much milk, if I'm being honest. I mean, Milk Jesus insists on it. SCP-6542, otherwise known as Jesus. Ugh. Dr. Sherman, why is SCP-4521's anomalous ability not screaming? Isn't it normal for trees not to scream? Oh, Intern Bubby. Intern Bubby, you got me started. Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Bubby's got me started. You know where this is going. You know where this is going. All trees scream in nature when damaged. That is a fact. That is something you can look up. When you break a tree's branch, it screams. When you mow your lawn, all of that little grass screaming. And so, the SCP-4521 tree is anomalous because it is the only one that doesn't scream. Yes, the screams are at a frequency we can't hear with normal ears, but we can measure it using technology, and SCP-4521 only emits an ear-deafening silence. It is crazy. Also, it does have a healing factor, by the way. When we carved a brand into it, that was healed the next day. So that is not a normal tree, by any means. Intern Galactic, you asked where to get the SCP playing cards that we are sponsored by. You can go into the pinned link in the chat. That is Beacons AI-Slight42. And it is the first of the links available. Our sponsor is there for the SCP playing cards, including the Dr. Sherman playing card, the Dr. Clef playing card, and onward. Remember to use code SITE42 to get your 15% off. You want to make sure that you're getting a discount on that. And supplies are very limited. They're selling off the last batch, starting with us as their people. So get them while you get the special deal. And by the way, you can buy individual decks as well as the big box. I just wanted the big box, obviously. Monster Checky, thank you for your first donation. Today's stream, Dr. Monster. Make sure to grab yourself a Red Bull on your way past the commissary. I think that's ironic. Hey, Doctor, it's me, Dr. Monster. I'm not able to access the database, but what is the containment protocol for SCP-106 again, for hypothetical reasons? Use the femur breaker. Get the D class and put it in the femur breaker. Once you put it in the femur breaker, you go bang, and then it goes break. You break the femur, and then you put it 106 back in its box. Dr. Sherman, does cartoon logic count as an anomaly? Intern Kincaid. Cartoon logic is not in and of itself an anomaly, but it is an anomalous thing that some anomalous entities have access to. It is a kind of anomalous ability. I'd say it's a classification, but it's not anomalous in and of itself as an anomaly we can contain. It's that some entities run by cartoon logic, and so we have to worry about the entities, not the concept itself. Like, can we quit or no? Intern Fritz, you may always quit the Foundation, but there are consequences. You will be amnesticized and put back on the street, and depending on how well you served us, you may have a nice cushy gig set up on the outside, or you might end up a homeless bum. If we use the cheap amnestics on you, it's even worse. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. Say, got it, thank you. Yes, recontain that thing. I'm in a version of Jesus Land called Shermland because there's an alternate version of you that is Vor Sherman. I don't want to go to that universe. I think that would be a very bad place for me to be. I don't think any of you should go to that universe. I think it's just a bad universe. I think if we can get pataphysics to erase that universe, that would be great. I would love that, actually. How do you even get to Shermland? Intern Gonzalez, yeah, do you have to eat a pen with no condiments, I guess? If you eat a pen with no condiments, then I don't even want to finish that. Site 42 staff, we are in the last 6 minutes of stream. Get your final questions in. Dr. Sherman, will the site be celebrating any holidays like Christmas since it's in fact December? Intern Kincaid, Site 42 will be holding several holidays to be enjoyed by our vast and diverse staff members. So whether you are a Ramadan or a Kwanzaa or a Christmas enjoyer or other anomalous holidays, depending, yes, we will have some holiday cheer in store for all. Why does Peanut kill people? Intern Hudgens. It's not like we can ask it. It's not very talkative. Dr. Sherman, how much of a threat would you consider SCP-2345? From what I Recall it's just a large cyclops. 2, 3, 4, 5, you say. Anomalous reaction to human cause complete rejection of evidence supporting occurrences being outside the affected human sense of normal. Did you say 2, 3, 4, 5? This seems to be a gray alien, not a cyclops. What are you talking about a cyclops for? I believe you might have the wrong designation number, intern, because that is not a cyclops. What are you talking about? You've got me quite confused. Oh, was it not 2, 3, 4, 5? No, it was not. Find what you're talking about? Well, I'll do you a favor, and I'll see if I can find a Cyclops. SCP Cyclops. (1373) maybe? Laser shark fetuses. Nope, that is not it. You must be talking about something else. I don't know, man. I can't find a Cyclops on the wiki. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. Interesting question. There's a game called Pillar Chase 2. It has monsters. What do you think the containment procedure for each monster? Here are currently 17 of them. That's a lot. I'll look into one. But going down the whole gauntlet is a lot for, especially end of stream like this. Pillar Chase 2 wiki. The hell is this? Is a difficult survival horror game where you survive multiple rounds by either being chased by a monster or chasing other people as the monster. Okay, there's lots of monsters we see. And these are seemingly monsters from pop culture. I'm seeing Springtrap. I'm seeing Baldy. I'm seeing a Demogorgon, I believe. I'm seeing a Teletubby. I'm seeing Bendy from an ink machine. I'm seeing lots of anomalies here. So you would have to go by their standard containment procedures for that particular anomaly. Or you could go ahead and consider that Pillar Chase 2 is the containment for all of these monsters. We keep them operating within the server so that they think that they are killing, therefore they are not out in public. Dr. Sherman, it was 1770, the Cyclops. All right, intern AO, this is your last opportunity for Cyclops check-in. 1770, the maker of chains. Animate mass of steel chain shaped like an average humanoid. Human level intelligence, not fully in control of its mental faculties, can move and speak, though it will rarely initiate conversation and will not move if left to its own devices. So it doesn't seem particularly dangerous. Although it does kill people by attaching their chains, so that's not good. Ayo, is this a cyborg? Are you sure? I mean, this thing's made of chains. What are you talking about? I mean, this thing looks dangerous, but it doesn't seem like, again, a cyborg. I don't know what you're talking about. Dr. Monster, thank you for donating again. Okay, how about for AO1? It broke out of a lab. Now I gotta go back to that database there. AO1 broke out of a laboratory. Original monster created by the sister of the creator, or one of the devs. Member of an unnamed parasitic species that possesses living beings and uses them as a host. Being taken captive and studied by scientists before escaping and going on a rampage. They always go on a rampage. They never just chill. It's a parasite. It can slash. It can do a little whippy whip. It can summon Shadow Clone Jutsu. And it can turn into a pile of sludge to make it faster. I still say lock it in a room and don't let it out. It can turn to sludge, so put it in a sealed container similar to what we did to SCP-5031, and it should be easy to lock in there. I mean, the lab contained it for a while. They just didn't do a good enough job. We're better at that. And Site 42, we are at the end of today's stream. And as always, at the end of today's stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Although, I'm not going to tell you that my favorite SCPs are the ones I personally wrote. That would be cheating. That would be narcissism. But if you want to read the SCPs I personally wrote, you can go to the Sherm Site 42 Hub and SCP author page on the SCP Wiki. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're there enjoying my SCPs, one tab over, you'll find some links. Some links people are very often interested in finding, but just don't look hard enough. And they do not succeed at their goals because they are not intrepid enough. But that's not you guys, no. You guys know how to find the links. When you want what you want, you get what you want. And that is why, when you're at those links, you can become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fis or YouTube Super Chats to donate to us once at a time. Either way, we appreciate direct donations. They're the quickest way to keep us afloat here at Site 42, so we appreciate you greatly. And if you're part of the Broke Gang, don't worry about that. We understand the Broke Gang very well. Starving artists are very common in art communities like the SCP Wiki. And so, as long as you are here, watching our videos and commenting, liking, sharing, watching our streams and chatting, liking, sharing, doing the like, share, subscribe mambo all over the Site 42 YouTube, as well as every other SCP project we hype, be it a film or an animation or something like that, then you are an honored and valuable member of Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename the Signal Boosters. As because of your efforts that we are able to help bigger SCP projects get made, get connections, get people together to make better things. So we appreciate your service, Mobile Task Force Site 42, codename the Signal Boosters. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-5175-5220-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. Site 42 staff, I want to give one last shout out for today's stream sponsor, VIPC, and their third edition of SCP playing cards, including the coveted Keter box. Wow, elevate your decks. For the Archive edition, the Terminus edition, and of course, our favorite of the bunch today, the Omega edition with the Dr. Sherman, the Dr. Clef, as well as the Dr. Sumerian, Dr. Gears, Dr. Crow, all of the doctors are here. And so, get your SCP playing cards, individual boxes, or the whole Keter box deck. Put it away. At the link in our description / at our support link, beacons.ai/site42. Make sure you use code site42 to get 15% off your whole order, multiple decks, the box, the like, and a free gift of a sticker or a metal pin to those who are first come, first serve for those freebies. Thank you for VIPC sponsoring this stream and making a dope Dr. Sherman playing card. Yes! And that brings us to the end of today's Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. We'll see you in the next video or stream. A last-minute donation from Dr. Monster. I'll ask another one in a different stream, maybe. Well, thank you for your donation, and yes, do that, and we will continue down the line one at a time. Meanwhile, on a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took our turn staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I could see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him a bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." The credit song is "The Gambler" by Kenny Rogers. Thank you one more time to our stream sponsor, VIPC, for those playing cards. Be safe, be well, Site42 staff. Secure, contain, protect.